Welcome back. If you missed our last episode, we spent the bank holiday weekend up on the roof fitting all new guttering on the high levels and tackling the final bit of woodwork. In today's video, we're jumping back into the bank holiday Monday to finish off the last parts of the roof with a few extra surprise jobs along the way. Also, a reminder, we have a 20% discount code for all Wild products for a limited time only. Let's get into it. It is now bank holiday Monday and we are back at the house. We did a full shift yesterday for our friend's catering business, so Marcus says he's feeling okay. I'm feeling a little bit tired today, but got to get on the grind, got to get back to the house, got to utilise the fact that we have Bank Holiday Monday. We posted our video, episode 5, about the utilities yesterday. Obviously we're a couple of weeks ahead, but we're just reading some of the comments. Really like loads of people's suggestions and really good feedback. I feel like most of the people that comment on our videos are actually really useful.
Yeah, and really nice as well.
Really nice, but like give us good tips. Like I just was reading one just now, just talking about putting in the right infrastructure now while we're sorting these things out, if we want solar panels later down the line, especially because we've got the 3-phase connection, which is obviously amazing. It kind of gives us a little bit more room to potentially add things in. And then also talking about a heat loss survey, which is something you thought about.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Obviously, with it being an old house, you're having to remediate kind of what's there. We can't change the fact that there's no cavity walls and there's no, nowadays obviously they'd put insulation in the walls, but like we can't do that, so we're having to do everything else we can. So adding a new roof, windows, updating, well, sort of changing bits and bobs for the central heating system, adding in more thermally efficient radiators, soft insulation, floor insulation, those sort of things. Do it on site. Before we achieve CML on a plot, they come through with a thermal camera and they find any sort of cold spots throughout the house.
Everyone on this video loved Jack's dancing, which is Michael's little brother.
Say little brother, he's
wow,
not little anymore, but
there's a 10-year age gap.
Yeah, but he's taller than me. But that's not difficult. As well, everybody was guessing good guesses for the utilities.
Yeah, really good guesses.
Like the saving for the utilities.
Another one which was really good is we mentioned about having really enjoying our friend's infrared sauna, and someone commented about how actually it's really affordable when you get a certain size one, and then you can actually plug it into like the standard plugs and everything. And I just think somebody else saying that, we've obviously done our research, but they've got an infrared sauna. It's just made us realise that is high on our priority list.
The way forward. So anybody, infrared sauna suppliers.
Yeah, well, if anybody even knows good companies to
definitely
approach, because that's something that we'd really like to do. Oh, and then somebody did also suggest about we need to stop going to Wix and we need to use local building merchants. I do want to say we do also use local building merchants.
But sometimes genuinely, like, things are just genuinely cheaper at Wix, like whether they're on offer or something like that.
And also sometimes quicker and convenient.
Yeah.
But I do want, we just obviously haven't filmed us. Like we literally,
So we've got a local merchants called Melbros, which are a small family-run merchants.
Anyway, we are on the way. Are we going to Screwfix now, tool station?
Tool station.
We need to get paint. Is that where we're getting this?
Yeah.
Plan of action today. We've got a few little niggly jobs to tie up today. We have got to finish putting the ply up on the rafter feet that are on the pitches of the roof.
You've got to finish doing it.
Excuse me, I hold the ladder, which is actually the life-threatening part of it. If I was not there to save you.
So me that's, I don't know, 25 foot off the ground on top of an old wooden ladder that's older than both of us put together. That's not the life-threatening part of it.
No, because if I was not holding it with my big, strong arms, your life is in my hands.
I know, exactly.
And you've survived up until this point. We need to do that. We need to paint them. We need to finish painting the rafter feet. Michael's going to do a second coat on the rafter feet. And then, in addition to that, we started kind of very carefully chucking bricks off the scaffold, but hardly any of them broke, the ones that we wanted to, because they landed in the soft mud. And we're going to start piling them up and putting them to the side to just make sure we've got them all neat and organised for when we need to reuse them. My turn into coffees.
Bosh.
So Michael is going to start just cutting up some of the measurements that he's done from around the corners of pitch. But while he sorts those cuts out, I might as well in between just do the rest of the rafter feet. They actually take a lot longer because I think you have to be lying on your back. It's a fiddly job, but I'll show you. I did, so those ones all black. So I did them on Saturday. Got those done in between. And then you can see here's the strip and it goes all the way. I'm going to put my hair in a clip though because I learnt from last time I got black paint in my hair. I can't get the guttering off.
Just leave it.
I need to paint.
Give me 2 minutes, let me cut these, I'll help.
I don't really want to admit this, but I'm struggling to get the guttering off these clips. So I'm going to have to wait for Michael. I really want to be that person that can do it. But it's really, really difficult. But anyway, I'm going to sand the rafter feet while I wait for him. I just don't know why I can't. I really struggle. Lovely rainfall.
So it was a good test yesterday. It was raining, and we did the gutter in Saturday. So it's Monday today. We had a big downpour yesterday, and what's good is that this was the only bit of guttering that pulled because we were like this much short from here to there. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go to Eurocell, which is literally 10 minutes down the road, and we get a new length of gutter in it and just replace this entire run. So that shouldn't happen. But other than that, everything else was dry, which is good news because it shows that all the water's run off and not stayed in the guttering.
Done its job.
Yeah. Oh, that is a tight bit.
I need to tell you how amazing Lilo and Stitch was. I went to go see that Saturday night. What did you think about it?
Yeah, it was alright actually.
It was good. I cried a lot.
Oh, I know.
But it's very heartwarming. I cried at even the wholesome bits. It's not sad. Well, it is sad, but it's not really sad. So if you haven't gone to watch it yet, highly recommend. And Michael enjoyed it, so if you want to go with your boyfriends, it's a cute little date night. So instead of trying to buy a whole new length of guttering, we just thought we'd try see if we can get the full.
I need to put a fixing in this. Put that down. There you go. Right, keep it. Right, if you just lift that tray up for me. Yeah.
It's alright?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put that little piece in.
We'll have to just check it in the week. Just pass me that there. Number one.
Oh, you numbered them.
Right. So, I need to kind of turn this way. See if my piece of wood fits in there.
I've got better at this.
Haven't I?
We'll call you Michael the Carpenter.
Whoa! Maybe I'm going to be Michael the All-Rounder. This little extender thing Brilliant.
That was profound. So when you measured this, did you do this all by yourself?
Yeah.
Without me holding the ladder?
Yeah.
That was dangerous.
What can I say?
Why did you get... This is a question for the females. Do you have a boyfriend that anytime he does something slightly dangerous, he thinks he's the sexiest person alive? And I'll give you a few examples. Driving the car stupidly fast.
Oh yeah, that's a question for the males. Driving fast. Actually, no, this is a question for the females.
I know the answer.
Driving fast. Does it do it for you? You hold that for me, madame. Oh, you mother.
No swearing.
No. Right. I think I might have to take a little bit off.
Yeah.
And then I might just have to put like a little slither in there.
Well, the bit that you take off could be the slither.
Yeah.
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 That's a really good idea.
That's a great idea. Right, let me go and take a slither off. Alright, let's test this out. Just move the drill a sec. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Please don't be too big. Oh, it's freaking too big. Actually, I don't think I did. No, I didn't. I did.
What?
I was just thinking I got it quite wrong, but I need to take 10 mil off there. But it's the right width, it just needs to be shortened a little. Can you pass me number 2? Bit's fine. That bit's alright. That bit's perfect. That was just in there. Oh. That's so annoying. Do you know what? I'm gonna go 18 mil all the way down. I've just measured it wrong multiple times. That's what's going on.
Maybe I can't call you the carpenter yet.
Yeah. You spoke too soon, basically. Front ones. The front was quite easy because there's none of these. So it's pretty much 20 mil all the way down. So you're literally just measuring the length. But around the back, you've got these. That goes to like 18 mil. So then you have to step it. But I was left with this really awkward cut. But look at this. This is super... Whoa.
Whoa.
This is super satisfying. And this is the only bit that's gone right in the last half an hour. Oh yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Look at that.
Get that screwed in, baby.
No, I'll glue that piece in.
Oh yeah.
I'm so done.
I'm so over this.
I'm over this bit now.
Oh, confident. Oh, what scale of 1 to 10 do you think this is going to be the final time?
Well,
That's not. I don't even feel like that's on the scale.
okay, right, that bit fits.
It fits.
Yeah.
Feels like it's been a very long time since we've been inside.
Yeah.
Just been literally living on the scaffold. I forgot that there is an inside to this house that needs doing.
What we're about to do is rip down some of the ceiling to expose a purlin. We've been speaking to our builder about the walls that need to come out downstairs, and one of the questions that he raised was, what is the purlin sat on? Because where we've had to remove the chimney, or where we will have to remove this chimney stack, so I've removed it from above down to there, but that basically needs to come out from basically all the way to the floor. However, you have purlins in a roof. Purlins are basically horizontal beams that form the structure of your roof essentially. And basically we've got, well, they'll be split. So in our case, we've got 2 purlins this side and 2 purlins the other side. One sat the other side of this on the bathroom wall, and then one sat from the end of the house onto the chimney. But I need to figure out if it's sat a bit further on the chimney, because if we take the chimney out and it's sat on the chimney, it's got nothing to basically sit on. So that is a query from our builder at the moment.
Yeah.
Because if it's sat on the chimney, we need to figure out what we're going to do in terms of supporting it. I hope that made sense.
But we're going to expose this, take some photos for our structural engineer. So we're going to get seek his advice as well as our builder.
So that is definitely the purlin. I need some taller ladders. How about? You want to pass me my phone?
Yeah.
The long thing is about this is all of these are nailed in, so you've got to go and take all of these little nails out. Oh shit, it is, yeah. Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah, it's literally sat on this, like these bricks here. Which obviously means we're going to need to figure out what we do with that, because we can't take this wall out, because this beam here is a structural beam that runs all the way down to the end of the house, and that will just drop, and that's supporting the roof. When the roof was being done, there was a lot of rotten wood that had to be taken out from the outside, boarding, and where this has had previously, as you can see years ago, had a lot of water ingress, I want to expose this area to see what's going on, because there could potentially be bits that need to be replaced.
What have we found?
We've obviously sealed up from the outside now, but you can see obviously in the past where the water's come in, it's rotten all of this. But this is why we're doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is exactly why we're doing it. Like, it may be the messier job and it's going to be more time consuming, more expensive, but if we didn't just rip that off there, we wouldn't know that there's an actual issue there. Yeah. It's either like you're going to paper over the cracks or strip everything back. And that's exactly what we need to do. Jesus Christ.
Last job of the weekend before it starts absolutely tipping it down, and then we need to go and pay attention to our little doggo, because you might have missed B in these last few episodes because we haven't really brought her to the house.
Well, it's only really been the last one, maybe two.
Because it's just being up on the scaffold, so she's been with our friends Harriet and Sam. But we are going to save some of these beauties.
These bad boys.
This was once our chimney.
Yeah.
One of our chimneys.
Yeah.
Right, let's make a pile. The blue ones, definitely. We're doing it right outside the back door?
Create a little step.
That's going to be a trip hazard, I think. Oi! Big strong lad. I keep saying that.
Big strong lad.
I don't know why. It's like when I feel like I need to muster up a bit of strength, I just go big strong lad. I think the next episode after this, it'll be your birthday.
Oh yeah.
These bricks actually stayed intact.
I don't know how.
We dropped them off the whole height of the scaffold. And any brick that made it in that pile, we were willing to disregard. Whoa!
Get out of my way.
I've got a brick in my hand, mate.
What are you going to do with it?
This is a workout. This is good for the armies.
Grip strength.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I'm so glad that the roof is done. This is one of the biggest jobs. And then what we focusing on next week?
We're going to be taking down the garage.
Is that next week?
Potentially, yeah.
Ooh.
It's all relying on the skip being moved this week. Once the roof is done, /Tuesday/Wednesday, they should get their skip taken away. And then we're getting the roof taken off the garage. And then Georgie and I can start dismantling the garage.
Can't hold you to that because that relies on a lot of things, so I hope that that's the case.
Yeah.
I hope you've liked this episode. Thank you for getting all the way to the end. We really appreciate it. Please like, comment your thoughts, and if you don't already, click subscribe. See you next week, guys. Smoky.
Aye. Ouchie. Do you know what I really think though? Like when I'm coming up this ladder, I'm thinking this ladder is probably older than both of us put together.
Please don't say stuff like that right now.
And like I just think about it breaking.
Right, Michael. Oh, this is scary. No, I don't like it. There could be spiders or birds.
We're pretty stupid really. We've just started piling stuff in front of a door.
I literally said this the minute you put the first brick down and you were like, why does it take you a prolonged time to get what my thoughts at what?
What?
What my thoughts were saying.